Let's get it.
It is an absolutely gorgeous day here in the Carolinas. I'm so glad to see it. I'm glad to be able to get out and enjoy it. The Most High is so good. So good. This is the day that He's made in order for us to rejoice and be glad in it with Him. I just left a job, and on my way out, my prayer was that I will have simple jobs today, simple with easy instructions. And I prayed the same for my clients. And they were, both the clients and the job were good and easy. The clients was very nice. Matter of fact, they both went to my favorite college team's college. They both went to Carolina. Yeah, I know that's not neither here nor there, but it was a conversation piece that made for an interesting conversation and pleasant, to say the least. Which, whenever you have something in common, it's always a good conversation piece, which we have today. And what we, or who we should say who we have in common is the Most High. 9 times out of 10, that's why you're watching. And 10 times out of 10, that's why I'm out here. Praise the Most High. I see we'll climb the ladder a bit today, get a little higher. Okay. I pray that wind give us a break. There we go. I did have a great thought I want to share today. Great thought. And as we always say, is they're always great because we know the Most High give them to us. But this is from a somewhat extensive study. Pardon me. And Most High willing, we're gonna make a good effort to break it down to 15 or 20 minutes. Folk out on their bikes today. I'm not gonna get out on my bike today. Most High willing, I plan on getting out on Monday, which is tomorrow. But we'll see. I thought it best to put that cushion on that mic. Try to absorb some of this wind noise. And 9 times out of 10 is you can hear it. Praise the Most High. Our thought is the rude awakening. The rude awakening. And we had spoke very briefly about this idea maybe 2 weeks ago when I was speaking on my personal rude awakening when I awoke to a surgery and found myself seeing a vision of the Most High on my left, His presence. And He was telling me, don't worry, I'm here. never leave you or forsake you. You're okay. But now I want to speak on the rude awakening that's going on all around the earth. And your personal rude awakening. Which if you haven't experienced it, you will be experiencing real soon. And the script is Ephesians 5:14. And what we're going to do today is pretty much read over these notes and scripts pretty much straight through. And that was Ephesians 5:14. For everything made visible is light. And for this reason it says, awake, O sleeper, rise from the dead, and Mashiach will shine on you. And Matthew 10:28. And do not fear those who kill the body but cannot kill the soul. Rather fear him who can destroy both soul and body in hell. And Matthew 7:22-27. Many will say to me in that day, Master, Master, have we not prophesied in your name, and in your name have cast out devils, and in your name done many wonderful works? And then I will profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, you that work iniquity. Therefore whosoever hears these sayings of mine and does them, I will liken him unto a wise man which built his house upon a rock. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon that house, and it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock. And everyone that hears these sayings of mine and do them not shall be likened unto a fool, which built his house upon the sand. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon that house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it. And that just reminded me of the tornadoes that was ripping through Kentucky. And I think they said 6 other states, and dozens of folks passed away. And see, this is that rude awakening we were talking about. See, that storm that came through Kentucky and them other few states came through like a thief in the night. I wonder how many were ready for that storm. Just like we first read, spiritually and physically. And we'll continue with my notes. The house and the many we are referring to today is the church and its patrons, the ones who support, protects, and champions it. Before a great awakening, there must be a rude awakening. The jolt the American church needs is far greater than we know. We need a godsend, something outside us, something so far beyond our imagination that we would be dumbfounded by its description. This was written by a very popular Christian evangelist, Mario Murillo, which I happen to believe this quote to be true. The Great Awakening has already begun, causing the major jolt to the church Mario spoke about, to the dismay of the house and the many, to the dismay of the house and the many, who have enjoyed its itching ear prosperity doctrine, which has, as you may have noticed, slowly drugged to a screeching halt. Men and women alike have come to realize the truth of Matthew 16:26. For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? And I should have wrote men and women. Some men and women alike have come to realize the truth of Matthew 16:26. For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? Most have come to their own personal rude awakening that we were just speaking on, and have and have had to face the crossroads of life we must all come to and decide which way we want to go. Some will awaken to life and some will remain asleep unto death. As Joel 3:12-21 describes what's actually taking place as we speak. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full, the fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes and multitudes in the valley of decision. This is script. Multitudes in the valley of decision. For the day of the Most High is near in the valley of decision. And see, this is where we all must face us, come to realize and face. As I spoke on the crossroads, this is where a lot, if not all of us are at. We're having to make that final decision, just like I said, which way we want to go. And this is the one unto life or the one unto death. The sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. The Most High also shall roar out of Zion, and utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the heavens and the earth shall shake. But the Most High will be the hope of his people. But the Most High will be the hope of his people, and the strength of his children Israel. So shall you know that I am the Most High, your Elohim, dwelling in Zion, my holy mountain. Then shall Jerusalem be holy, and there shall be no strangers, and there shall no strangers pass through her anymore. Oh boy. And it shall come to pass in that day that the mountains shall drop down new wine, and the hills shall flow with milk, and all the rivers of Judah shall flow with waters. And a fountain shall come forth out of the house of the Most High, and shall water the valley of Shittim. Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness, for the violence against the children of Judah, because they have shed innocent blood in their land. Oh boy. But Judah shall dwell forever, and Jerusalem from generation to generation. For I will cleanse their blood that I have not cleansed, for the Most High dwells in Zion. And verse 14 again, which I read twice already. Multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Most High is near in the valley of decision. This rude awakening has shook and will undoubtedly continue to shake the world to its core. Speaking of core, let me read a very famous quote by Dr. Frantz Fanon. This I heard from TCA. Very great brother in the awakening, providing us with a lot of info. TCH, Thoughts, Camera, Action. Check him out on YouTube, on HebrewConnect.com. Sometimes people hold a core belief that is very strong. When they are presented with evidence that work against that belief, that new evidence cannot be accepted. It will create a feeling that is extremely uncomfortable called cognitive dissonance. And because it is so important to protect the core belief, they will rationalize, ignore, and even deny anything that doesn't fit in with the core belief. Once again, this quote is by the late Dr. Frantz Fanon. This guy saying something outside us, something so far beyond our imagination, that we will be dumbfounded by its description, as Mario so eloquently explained it, has caused a major case of cognitive dissonance within the church, and as many core beliefs are in question, so much so to the point that most are choosing to hit the snooze button, pull up the blanket, hide their head under the pillow, and remain asleep, as the text describes in Revelations 22:11-17. He that is unjust, let him be unjust still. And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still. And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according as his work shall be. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. Blessed are they that do his commandments. Commandments are done away with. But this is Revelation, But the commandments were done away with. But he's coming right back saying, blessed are they that do his commandments. Not just the commandment of love. That's testing some of our core beliefs right there. That they may have right to the tree of life, and may enter in through the gates into the city. That's going to shake some core beliefs right there to the core. It said, blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have a right to the tree of life, and may enter in through the gates into the city. So basically, if they don't keep the commandments, they don't have a right to the tree of life, and they can't enter into the gates of the city. Oh boy. For without are dogs, and sorcerers, and whoremongers, and murderers, and idolaters, and whosoever loveth and maketh a lie. The Iniquity doctrine. So in all reality, if you're not keeping these commandments, this is explaining who you are. You're a dog, you're a sorcerer, you're a whoremonger, you're a murderer, you're an idolater, and you love it and make it a lie. Sounds about right to me. Because if you're keeping the commandments, they're the total opposite of all those other things. You have a nice voice, ma'am.
Thank you.
Have a good day. I, Yahushua, have sent mine angel to testify unto you these things in the churches, or the assemblies. I am the root and the offspring of David, the bright and morning star. And the Spirit and the bride say, come. And let him that heareth say, come. And let him that is athirst come. And whosoever will, let him take the water of life freely. Hallelujah. See, a lot of folks ain't saying come. They wouldn't dare say come now, Yahushua HaMashiach. Why? Because they're not right. They're not living the life. Okay? You may be asking by now, Robert, what is this great shaking that has awakened all, heathen as well as saint? Pardon me. It is the great awakening of the house of Israel. The dry bones Ezekiel prophesied to. After the expulsion of his people from the land and scattering them among the four corners of the earth for 400 years, just as he said he would, the Most High himself is awakening and regathering his chosen people. That was Ezekiel 37, 1-14. The hand of the Most High was upon me and carried me out in the spirit of the Most High, and set me down in the midst of the valley which was full of bones, and caused me to pass by them round about. And behold, there were very many in the open valley, and lo, they were very dry. And he said unto me, Son of man, can these bones live? And I answered, Most High, you know. Again, he said unto me, prophesy unto these bones, and say unto them, O dry bones, hear the word of the Most High. Thus said the Most High unto these bones, behold, I will cause breath to enter into you, and you shall live. And I will lay sinews upon you, and will bring up flesh upon you, and cover you with skin, and put breath in you, and you shall live. And you shall know that I am the Most High. So I prophesied as I was commanded. And as I prophesied, there was a noise. Uh-oh. There was a noise, huh? And behold, a shaking. Uh-oh, a shaking too. And the bones came together, bone to his bone. And when I beheld, lo, sinews, and the flesh came up upon them, and the skin covered them above, and there was no breath in them. Then he said unto me, prophesy unto the wind, prophesy, son of man, and say to the wind, thus says the Most High Elohim, come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe upon these slain, that they may live. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them, and they lived and stood up upon their feet, an exceeding great army. Then he said unto me, son of man, these bones are the house of Israel. Behold, they say, our bones are dried, and our hope is lost. We are cut off for our parts. Therefore prophesy and say unto them, thus says the Most High, your Elohim, behold, O my people, I will open your graves and cause you to come up out of your graves and bring you into the land of Israel. And you shall know that I am the Most High when you have opened your graves, when I have opened your graves, O my people, and brought you up out of your graves. And shall put my spirit or my ruach in you, and you shall live, and I shall place you in your own land. Then shall you know that I am the Most High. Then you shall know that the Most High has spoken it and performed it, says the Most High. By now everyone has heard, and of course we know this is the scattered children of Israel. The Most High scattered into the four corners of the earth, like he said he would. And this is why he's telling Ezekiel to prophesy to the four corners of the earth, so the wind would go to the four corners of the earth and breathe into the children of Israel. Breath. Hi, how you doing? By now everyone has heard, and I'm sure believed, that the Most High's chosen people, Israel, are the one and the same people that we see in every nation of the world on the bottom, just as prophesied by Moses in the famous Deuteronomy 28. She got a month. That joker chest. I ain't gonna say it's bigger than mine, but he's wide. Pit bull. Let's read that again. I was a bit distracted by that dog. You know I keep my eye on them dogs. By now everyone has heard, and I'm sure believed, that the Most High's chosen people, Israel, are the one and the same that we see in every nation of the world. On the bottom, just as prophesied by Moses in the now famous Deuteronomy's 28th chapter. That chapter speaks of an unmistakable curse that would be seen on the Most High's children. That chapter speaks of an unmistakable curse that will be seen on the Most High's people forever, as a sign pointing them out or distinguishing them from the household or synagogue of Satan, which we see in Revelations 2:9 and 3:9. The only problem now lies in the accepting of his people, the so-called African American, as his true set apart here in America, the African American, as his true set aside, who have been committed to the oracles of the Most High. And as I said, we do know that our people have been scattered all over the earth, in every nation of the earth, which all the nations came together and said, let us agree together as a confederacy to make the name of Israel no more. Let's make perpetual slaves out of them, to have them at our bidding forever. But the Most High said, no, you're not going to be able to do it. Now let's recap by quoting Mario's words about this rude awakening, placing attention on a few important key words. Before a great awakening, there must be a rude awakening. What a absolutely profound thought our brother Mario quoted or spoke. And I say quoted because I do believe the Most High whispered this in the brother's ear. Before a great awakening, there must be a rude awakening. The jolt the American church needs is far greater than we know. He said the church needs a jolt. And a jolt is a shaking. Oh boy. Oh boy. Now what did Ezekiel say? There was a great noise and a great shaking? We need a godsend. Oh boy. We need a godsend. And as I think I wrote down in the script, in the notes, we'll see, but a lot of times we don't like taking our medicine even when it's good for us. See, them core beliefs are being shaken right now. We don't want them to be switched up. That cognitive dissonance, something outside us. Oh boy, now who is this outside of the American church? And what is in the news right now, the goings on with the preachers having discussions about the racism in the church. It is the American people. It is the African American, the so-called African American, the true Hebrews of the book, the people of the book. Then he goes on to say something so far beyond our imagination that we will be dumbfounded by his description. And dumbfounded they are. Dumbfounded we are, I should say, because it was such a shaking to me, but I was put in a position where the Most High, like the old Westerners say, I'm gonna make you a proposition that you cannot deny. And this is what's going on now. It's either gonna be awakening to life or awakening to death, because everybody is being awoke. Everybody is being presented this truth. Like I say, a lot of times we don't want to take our medicine because it's against what we've been taught all our lives. And that's a hard thing, but we're going to have to take it and live, or not take it and continue to live only unto death. The godsend is no doubt his chosen people, who, as Paul explains in Romans 3, the advantage of the Hebrews. What advantage then hath the Jew? Or what profit is there of circumcision? Much every way, chiefly because that unto them were committed the oracles of the Most High. And we do know the oracles of the Most High is his word, his Rhema word, or his Debar word. And I was about to jump the gun. What's the real importance to who has been committed to oracles of Yah, or the Most High? To that I would say, look around at the state of the world we live in now. It is said that as Israel, the people of the Most High, goes, so does the world. The Most High also spoke to Abraham at the time, Abram, our forefather, in Genesis 12, 1-3. Now the Most High has said unto Abram, get thee out of thy country, and from thy kindred, and from thy father's house, unto a land that I will show you, and I will make you a great nation, and I will bless you, and make your name great, and you shall be a blessing, and I will bless them that bless you, and curse them that curse you, and in you shall all the families of the earth be blessed. However, it's a new day. As the 400 years of bondage, slavery are up, and now it's time for the Most High to get the fame he deserves, and said he would in Jeremiah 16, 14-15. Therefore, behold, the days come, says the Most High, that it shall no more be said, the Most High liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Most High liveth, that brought up his children from the land of the north, and from all the lands where he has driven them, and I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers. And finally, what we have witnessed up to this point has only been as Hamashiach Christ, as Yahushua Hamashiach named the birth pains in Matthew 4:4-24. And Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. Deceive you? What is this deception? Would it have anything to do with this itching ear doctrine? For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Mashiach, and shall deceive many. And you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. How is that? Nation against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines, and pestilence, and earthquakes in divers places. Tornadoes, hurricanes, volcanoes erupting, floods. All these things are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and you shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Now, who is this talking about? You have any idea who this is? That's hated of all nations for his name's sake? I have a strong clue. It's the same Hebrews we've been talking about. That's being scattered out into all these nations, and that have been enslaved for the last 400 years, 400 plus years, and really we should say 2,000 years. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And this is speaking about the church. They're hating each other. When they say love your brother, who you can see, say you love the Most High who you can't see, but you can't love your brother whom you can see. And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. Oh boy. And this is what we was talking about, that itch and ear doctrine. Prosperity for all. And because the iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Oh boy. And we see this now, that love is wax cold. They don't care about nobody but themselves, about their own prosperity, about their own come up. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. Now see, this kills the once saved, always saved doctrine. That's out the window. It says, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. So you got to stick in there with the Most High. You can't be playing patty cake, baker, man, bake me a cake as fast as you can, then running off and go playing games with Hasatan. No one saved, always saved. Just like he gave me an idea a few months ago, his grace and mercy is running out for a lot of people. We're always speaking on the grace of the Most High, the mercy of the Most High. No, that's running out. You say, no, His grace and mercy is forever. No, it's not. If it was, hell wouldn't be extending its gates daily. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world. What gospel of the kingdom? I thought they was preaching the gospel now. Or should we say this was sorrow of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations. Why is it a witness to all nations? Because that's where his people is. See, they need to hear this good news. See, it's not the nations that need to hear the good news. They've been having their good news for the last 2,000 some years. For the last 400 years, they've been enjoying their good news. Especially here in America, free labor. That's how they got their come up. Okay. And then shall the end come. See, the Most High gotta tell his people to wake up. Wake up, everybody. I'm coming to get you. Time is served. I love you, and I'm coming to get you. And don't let it be said that I'm saying that his salvation is exclusive to Israel. But Israel is his main, is the apple of his eye and his main focus. Let's put it that way. But of course, just like when our ancestors came out of Egypt, there was people that joined themselves to us. A mixed nation that joined themselves to our people. And the Most High would definitely allow them to join themselves now, those that want to take heed to the Most High's word first and recognizing who Israel is. See, that's the most important thing, because if you're not recognizing who the true Israel is, then your doctrine is on shaky ground, just like we read, it's on that sinking sand. Because you're recognizing the wrong people of the book. Like we said, and then shall the end come. When you therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place, whoso readeth, let him understand. Then let them which be in Judah flee into the mountains. Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house. Neither let him which is in the field return back to his clothes. And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. But pray ye that your flight Be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time. No, nor ever shall be. And except those days will be shortened, pardon the wind, and except those days will be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Then if any man shall say unto you, Lo, here is Christ, or Mashiach, or there, believe it not. For there shall arise false Christs, or Mashiachs, and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, in so much that, if it were possible, then they shall deceive the very elect. Oh boy, we don't want to be deceived. Yahushua warned us about that. And see, these were some of his final words to his disciples then and us now. So as a true Hebrew, and just as my forefather John the Baptist did, as the forerunner of Yahushua HaMashiach, I say repent and turn from your evil ways and turn to the Most High through the only way, through the truth, through the light, Yahushua HaMashiach, because time is running out. I try to hold that serious face. I hadn't said that in such a while. The Most High hadn't had it in my ruach. But time is running out. All praises to the Most High. The rude awakening. The rude awakening. And it's time for us to stop being prejudiced as the Most High's chosen people and not holding grudges. Of course, I'm not excited about what's been done to our people, but we have to be like the Most High and forgive. No, it's not saying we forget what happened to our folks, but we forgive in order for him to use us as lights to the Gentiles. See, as the text says, as Israel, or as true Yasharel goes, the world goes. And we can see that the folks that say they are, but they're not, are of the synagogue of Hasatan, because we see the way the world is going. We see how they have set up the desolation of abomination in the land, with all the abominations they do daily. I'm not even going to speak on them, but it's our job to wake our people up, and in that process, we're waking up the world, the nations, because there are good people that want the Most High's heart, or want what's on the Most High's heart, and we have to allow him to deal with them. We can't be like, no, this is my daddy and my daddy alone. He don't have no other people. But see, because of our hard-headedness, the Most High opened the door for the Gentiles to get in, or the heathen, as the text says. So it's up to us, as the apple of his eye, to be the light of the world, the city that sits on the hill, that shall not and cannot be hid, the light of the Gentiles, or the light to the Gentiles. And the message is the same to all folks. Repent, turn to the Most High, change your ways. And that's what repent means. Turn from your wicked ways. And follow them commandments to the best of your ability. And ask the Most High to help you. See, and then you won't be outside of the kingdom. Like the text says, a dirty dog, a hormone, one that works witchcraft. And see, that's what witchcraft is, disobedience to the word of the Most High. But all praises to the Most High. And most importantly, try to follow those main 10 that folks are saying are done away with. And we do know if you follow the main one, which Yahushua said love, when you love him first, the Most High first, then you're going to love your brother. Then you're going to love to do what the Most High asks you to do. Follow his will for your life, which is keeping the commands. Because then you're going to be set apart holy. See, that's what holy is. You're set apart unto the Master's use. But you're not set apart and you're doing everything the world does. See, there has to be some kind of distinction to what's right and to what's wrong. Or should I say to what's wrong and to what's right. Set apart, holy, perfect in the Most High's eye. Because you're trying with all your heart to do what pleases him. But all praise to the Most High. I pray this idea was a blessing to you and an eye-opener, because it was a point of emphasis the Most High put in my ruach, an exclamation mark that he stamped in my heart about this thought. Because wouldn't you know it, he changed it. We had another one in the books on deck. And maybe he'll let us share that one tomorrow. We'll see. Hallelujah. All praise to the Most High. That's a mighty low flying plane. One of them satellites on the top of it. Why are they flying in the city? That's one of them info planes. I know that ain't the right word, but I think they take pictures and images and sounds, high technology. But all praises. We're gonna get on this, get in this truck and take it to the house and get prepared for our job later on this evening. Get some lunch in us. Take it easy. This would have been a nice day to get on that bike, but I have another job this evening and I'm not trying to get out and ride in between jobs. Not yet. Once I'm willing, we'll get there. Like I said, if he's willing. Folks starting to get out, playing ball. Hallelujah. Yes, indeed. The rude awakening. The major one. And see, we all have our own personal rude awakening. And our own crossroads we must cross. Like you said, the valley of decision. Hallelujah. Okay, all praises to the Most High. We're gonna let that be our time for today. As always, I love y'all. Stay up, keep pushing forward in the right direction. Shalom.